Angeles City today is highly urbanized, offering many business opportunities through the Clark Freeport Zone, an international airport, and an SM mall. Yet, it retains much of its rich history and heritage. In 1899, it became the seat of the Philippine government under General Emilio Aguinaldo and the site of the first anniversary celebration of Philippine independence, which were both held at the old Pamintuan Mansion. Other historic sites, like the Holy Rosary Church, the old post office, and the Ballet Herencia, are testaments to its storied past. Angeles City's culinary culture is yet another testament to its rich past. In the book Cocina Solipeña, it is explained that Kapampangan cuisine incorporates European, Hispanic, Chinese, Malay, and later on American influences. The Rio Grande de Pampanga was a major trading artery from which vessels from the South China Sea would find their way inland. Today, we will discover its rich culinary tradition as SM and the Philippine Star take us on a culinary tour of Angeles, Pampanga. In My City, My SM, My Cuisine. Hello, I'm Cora Alvina, your guide to My City, My SM, My Cuisine. People with a proud sense of regional identity have brought forth regional cuisines. Our scattered archipelagic geography sustains varied cultures and distinct cuisines. Culinary styles evolved among the major regions of the archipelago, the variations traceable to our rich natural resources and to the gustatory tendencies and communal practices of families and communities. Contact with foreigners also flavored native cooking practices. My City, My SM, My Cuisine is a joint project between SM and the Philippine Star. It aims to help us rediscover, discover, retrieve, promote our traditional ways of cooking, our native cuisine, our native techniques. This is food heritage conservation at its very best. We are in Museo Ning Angeles, the first culinarium or culinary museum in the Philippines. This structure was first built as a town hall in 1922. It is a two-story establishment, and today, in the second floor, there is a kitchen, Cucinang Mantua, which is outfitted with vintage utensils. As a museum, this place has a public library with many books on recipes and food literature. It is also open to food demonstrations and other cooking activities. This is a fitting nod to the Kapampangans and their province Pampanga, which is acknowledged the culinary capital of the Philippines. It is said that our cuisine is our destiny as well as our history. Before the colonizers came, Kapampangans cooked whatever they harvested or hunted in their local environment. Their favorite dish was also the easiest to prepare, sigang, the sour soup that ancient fishermen cooked right on their boats during long fishing trips at sea. Many exotic dishes developed because the province is landlocked. Fried fish with burro, fermented crabs, frogs or bangus in a sour soup, and tocino, cured pork slices. Known as the entertainment capital of the Philippines, Angeles City is known not only for its vibrant nightlife, but also its exciting restaurant scene. One celebrated Angeles City resto stop is Kamalig Restaurant, which is located in what used to be a grain storehouse built in 1840 by the first gobernadorcillo of the city, Don Ciriaco de Miranda. Serving Filipino fusion cuisine, it is an alluring restaurant with a feel of both history and home. You can see on its wall several photos of distinguished citizens, including the famous Nepomuceno clan. Historic Kamalig Restaurant also houses Armando's Pizza, the pambansang pizza, with flavors like Dois Kapampangan, which is topped with salted eggs and longanisa. It has been the tradition of the many editions of My City, My SM, My Cuisine to go to many homes of prominent families in areas where there are SM malls. We will break tradition this time when we have My City, My SM, My Cuisine in SM Clark, because we will go only to one house and talk to only one chief chef, the legendary Clark1. I knew you first as a student of architecture, and then as an artist, and as president of the Metropolitan Museum many years back. You would have exhibits with us, and all of a sudden, here you are, world-renowned for food. How has this happened?
Well, come to think of it, hindi nangyari yan overnight. It was like even the time I was as a practicing artist, I've been already cooking for friends and family.
Including me.
Yes, of course. But, you know, so within that small circle, kilala ko was probably the artist who can cook.
The artist who can cook,
yeah,
I like that.
The artist who cooks, no? Para bang, and then over the decades that I was cooking for friends and family, it was during the time of Larry Cruz that he invited me to go. Tawag ko nga, nagdadlad ako ng apron sa public.
Nagladlad ng apron?
Yes, that was 1988.
Oh.
It was my first time to go publicly as a chef. Para bang, at that time, ang tawag ko nga sarili ko nun, kusinero. Talagang chef. And it was over a period of several invitations as guest chefs that I earned the title of chef.
But you have not therefore left your art part. I mean the art that is visual.
It's continuing. It's like even in the culinary, in my cooking, di ba ngayon, ang tawag is culinary art.
Yes.
So cooking, especially when it comes to the presentation in the dishes, it's like looking at it as an empty canvas. How to plate a dish, where to position the main component, the vegetables, sidings, you know. So parang nagki-create ka rin ng, you know, it's a composition.
Composition pa rin, but do you still paint?
Oh yes, I do. Look at this. It's like, I mean, it's about food, food related. So, ang kuwan ko siguro, nag-shift lang ako ng theme or focus na from my landscapes, from the fiestas, now it's more on the food, meaning not just for the cooking, but in painting as well.
So this is Clark1, the complete artist. He paints, makes serigraphs, he makes practical art objects, he cooks, he writes. We can say that he does everything. But this afternoon, we will also be joined by his sisters, Doren and Meng, as we are all welcome in Ballet Dutong. Hi, we are with Claude Tayag in his kitchen. Or should I say Cloud, Cloudy Boy as I call him. Cloud is truly a celebrity chef and a celebrated one. He hosted Anthony Bourdain, showing him how to cook Filipino and Kapampangan food. And today, he will share with us one of his mother's traditional recipes, I think.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
I don't know why it is called mole, no? It has nothing to do with the Mexican mole. But probably it still can be traced to that Mexican mole because it has tomatoes, chorizo, pimiento.
Okay.
It's basically imported. I mean, from Mexico.
Yes.
One, no?
Yes.
Especially tomatoes. They boil first the pata. At least the night before.
Okay.
Before the actual cooking the day. Tapos, it was boiled with black pepper, corn, bay leaf, garlic, onion, and ham hocks. Chinese hoksho.
Hoksho ham.
Yung buto lang. Yeah, so that, in a way that makes it already, you know, something hindi lang boiled, ano, yung mismong pata nun magkakaroon na ng lasa ng
malasang-malasa.
Malasang-malasa.
Wow, masarap. Can we now go through how to do this thing? Okay, now we are literally in front of this stove. Before you start, can we know something about this stove?
Well,
it's
Well, in
impressive.
the first place, yung kusina ko, what I call my dirty kitchen. Ano, lahat ng big Filipino houses would have a
Dirty kitchen.
So, I patterned it after an antique, talagang old house kitchen.
Okay.
Okay, this is olive oil.
Okay.
Yung pagluluto, people don't have much time.
Oo.
And also the convenience of, how many can afford to have a space?
Yeah,
like this,
correct,
especially
correct.
in condominiums and all that. So, igisa ng
Okay.
garlic.
Oh.
So, dali lang yan. Hindi yan binabrown.
Hindi binabrown.
Oo, talagang hanggang mga amoy lang.
And that's
Okay.
onions.
Onion, garlic.
Okay.
Okay? And then, I put the chorizo.
Okay.
Dito na lahat.
Oo, para mas masarap.
Masarap. Okay, and then the chopped tomato.
Tomatoes. Bango.
My mother's recipe asked for a cup of tomato sauce.
Okay.
In my case, ako na to, ang version ko na to, I use spaghetti sauce. The store-bought
Store-bought spaghetti sauce?
with 3 cheeses.
With 3 cheeses.
Yung keso na yun, mas may dating. Okay, and then, pimiento. Ito yung mga bell pepper. We call pimiento here, no? Okay.
And this is the tomato sauce. 1 cup?
Yeah, about.
About?
Okay, now the broth.
And that's the pinaglagaan?
Yeah, pinaglagaan ng ano. And then you add the trotters. And let it simmer for maybe about, mas madali na lang yun.
Oh, kasi na-boil na siya, no?
Oo, malambot na siya. So at this stage, just let it simmer.
Okay.
Hanggang medyo mamala yung kan.
Okay.
And then it's done. So
Yeah.
when the liquid, the sauce has like simmered down, reduced to about half,
Okay.
then it's done.
All right.
Okay?
Yes, and you said to put a little bit of labuyo?
Labuyo.
If you want. Okay.
For that extra kick.
All right. Okay, so this is patang mole of Imang During.